I just did a video a few hours ago about Charleston White leaving SayCheese for good and how, in his mind, he feel like Sean Cotton is somewhat stagnant and hasn't shown any growth over the years. And I totally disagree with that. But before I give my opinion, check out this small clip from the SayCheese interview that just dropped like literally an hour ago. I took 7 minutes from it, and in his first 7 minutes, Charleston fired up. He's standing on what he said in the live stream from a few days ago and how he feel, and he thinks Sean Cotton is the reason why he can't transition over to streaming and get brand deals because of how he's painted on SayCheese. Man, y'all check this out.
Yeah, I think I'm getting too big for YouTube interviews.
Why you say that?
Because everybody's stuck here. Everybody's gone to streaming. YouTube is making it harder for black content creators to make money more than any social media platform. That's why all black content creators have to go through. And it's not that they're making it hard. They're just changing rules that they're not telling anybody about. And it's the least paid platform. And this is the only, my YouTube interviews with black content creators is the only thing that projects me in a negative light, based on the titles and the thumbnails. And that's just other people outside of our culture looking at brand and marketing when you coming through YouTube interviews. So that's why a lot of major celebrities won't do a YouTube interview with a YouTube platform unless it's the Breakfast Club or Joe Rogan, because you guys take it in between you and your demographics, writes the narrative. So for example, I got a liquor deal that's on the table. All of my SayCheese TV negatives titles paint me in a different light, paints me in a negative light when brands and sponsorships look at me from your brand, because everything says Charleston White goes off, so it paints me as being angry, aggressive, violent, no intellectual, so nothing on SayCheese TV would paint me in a picture to make a brand pick me up. So, but when you look at other people platform that strategically is Charleston Explains. Those two words, goes off and explains. One says this is intellectual, one says he's angry, he's cussing, he's fussing, he's threatening. Just that alone is what hurts the numbers. But we don't know that because we look at the views, not the engagements and the effects of the video. So that's why Vlad don't give a damn about telling your whole story. He busts it down. Compared to Joe Rogan, tells the whole story and won't ever come back and bust it down. So there's a difference. So when you start growing, your association with different brands determines, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, guilty by association. Yeah, so I'm in the streaming world. I'm saying, y'all come over here. In the streaming world, I'm positive. When I come back down here to y'all, I'm crazy, I'm going off. I'm America's favorite uncle over here. None of y'all in the YouTubing world is over here. And I'm saying, why not bring your following over here to the streaming world? That's 10 years ago. So I done now grew YouTube.
That's why it is to me kind of like low-key irritating, because I know the only reason he like this is because he been around a bunch of streamers like Aiden Ross and all the guys. Like I said in my video last night, and to me that I feel like they're just cold. That's crazy how he paints Sean. And shout out to Sean for standing his ground and just flat out telling him he can't control the narrative because you can't. You don't decide when you want to just flip everything and expect everybody else to jump on board when this was your ultimate niche in the beginning. You are a part of the hip hop content world. I don't care how much you try to stray away from it now. This is what made you, dude. Don't get me wrong. I understand at some point in time, everybody has to grow. You have to transition from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So that ain't what I'm saying. Don't nobody expect Charleston to grow, but take some type of accountability for something that you do, because you done raised all type of hell in this YouTube world when it comes to not only just rappers, but black creators as a whole, other YouTubers, other podcasters, whether they big or small. Everything that's been attached to you over the last few years is just went sour, all for your love of content and what you like to do to gain attention and bring all this shock value to yourself. Remember, all these plays you used to set up online, all these alley oops you used to give these other platforms and stuff like that, right here on YouTube, to build this algorithm, this negative algorithm in this space that's got you attached to all this nonsense. So I don't like this, man. I don't like this for real. Because you can't blame Sean for the mess you made. All that game you sitting up here like you trying to get this dude right now about how streaming is this and streaming is that and what you know and what you don't know. You was just doing the same thing a few years ago when it came to this YouTube shit. You was giving him the same exact game. Not only him, you was getting on live and just breaking down how YouTube was the new thing and that's what's the money maker and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff. So what changed? Now you shitting on the person and the platform that made you famous all because you made a bad name for yourself, clout chasing. I just don't get this, man. And it's just a side note, man. If you making videos and you a black content creator, my best advice to you is stop doing the same thing that you see the next person do. And what I mean by that is if you see something and you like something, you inspired by it, find a way to make what you see and what you inspired by yours, but in a unique way, in a more creative way than what you see and what you influenced by, what you inspired by. And you don't just gotta do hip hop on here. I'm just being real. You don't gotta cover rap. You don't gotta cover this type of content. See, when Charleston talk about the black community, he really only talking about the hip hop sector, the hip hop world that, exists on YouTube, which is probably the lowest sector of YouTube if we being honest. Don't count for all content creators as a whole, all black content creators. You got black builders on here, like literally construction workers, welders, industrial workers, manufacturers, mechanics. You got black hairstylists, black barbers on here who teach guys how to cut hair. You got lawyers on here, black doctors, like therapists. Man, it's so many other algorithms on YouTube that the black community is involved in outside of this hip hop stuff that don't got nothing to do with the type of shit that he on at all, or the stuff that he's saying. So again, when he say these type of things, you only mad because you stunned at your own with your niche. And you can't transition because it's too much damage to clean up. Period. No matter what people scroll and see in these titles, that don't change the fact that what comes out of your mouth will steal your words at the end. Let me ask y'all something. Which one is worse? Sean titles on these videos on SayCheese or Charleston own words that come out of his mouth in these videos on SayCheese and every other fucking platform? Just being real. He calls out Sean Cotton about never putting out anything positive about him, but listen to the last positive thing he did and how long ago it's been. Y'all check this out.
You can't find one post where you posted something positive about me.
Who haven't?
SayCheese TV platform.
Bro, you don't want to
name one.
When you before you blew up, when you went to the city hall, that's not positive.
No. Since
when you was in
whoa.
Since you made me when we were in Detroit, when you were in Detroit and you gave people money, you want me to keep going? Look, I think
that to you.
No. I think no, you didn't.
I sent that to you.
I screen recorded that on my phone, but you did not send it to me.
I sent that to you.
A lot of stuff you do,
hold on.
bro.
So hold on. When
have
I been to City Hall since I've been famous?
What do you mean?
When you said you posted when I've been, when have I been to City Hall?
It was still positive. I still went back.
Since I've been famous, when have I been to City Hall?
I don't know.
I haven't. So I'm talking about
it's still positive.
You post all my negative shit.
It's still positive.
Nuh-uh.
It's still positive.
No.
Bro, I booked you for your own show.
If you ain't got no real talent, just say that. Now, I get he do the stand-up comedy stuff, but man, again, don't blame Sean Cotton because like I said last night in my video, it was at one point in time, Charleston, this formula that you complaining about now, it was working for you. This stuff that you saying up here now is making you look bad. This is the same stuff in the beginning that you used to create the person that you are now. So what changed? And man, if you want to be a person that, change the narrative at this point in your career, cool. But it starts with your actions first. in the things that you do, the things that you say. It don't start with no titles on no videos. It don't start there. You ain't did nothing positive in some years. You just said it out of your own mouth that the last thing that you did positive that Sean can remember or that's documented or whatever the case was when you went to the city hall, and that was before you came famous. And anything outside of that y'all can remember to talk about was the Detroit situation where you handed out some money then. So again, be mad at this man all you want to, but you can't be, because Sean is doing exactly on his platform what works for him and what's helping him feed his pockets, feed his family, and continue to grow and become whatever it is he's trying to become. You build your whole image around negative. Now you mad at a person that won't paint you in a positive light and put some cap on some shit for you. Make that make sense. And again, shout out to Sean Cobb because he's still holding his ground up until this point right here in these 7 minutes, and he not letting him run with this bullshit. He just flat out just told him, like, man, you can't control the narrative.
Like, I do a lot of, bro. You can't be mad because you trying to control the narrative, bro.
I'm not mad.
You can't do that.
I'm not mad. I just sat there with 2 major companies and deals. They showed me your analytical data on me, and they showed me that. I didn't look at that. I'm happy with making $10,000 with your titles.
Yeah.
But we growing, and people over here saying, hey, let me show you something. Compare it to this. They're making the comparisons.
Yeah.
I'm not. They're making a comparison. And they can, and if you go look on paper and you do this to this, you're gonna see a long list of this and a short, small list of that. Short, small list of that. So all I'm saying is, it's noticeable to others outside of us because we're on the inside looking out. They're on the outside looking in, looking to pull out. See what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is YouTube is not gonna let black people be what they wanna be unless it's painted in a negative light. Because that's what we fit our algorithm, which I'm not complaining. It don't affect me one way or another except brand deals. I'm looking for brand deals because that's what got Kobe, Jordan, and everybody else over there. That's why none of us are getting deals, homie. We're YouTubers. Well, you guys are. You're not streamers. You're not content creators. You're not media outlets. You're YouTubers. That's the difference. But everybody stuck on YouTube can't think outside of that. So I'm saying everybody on YouTube, how can you make your following transition in the market and brand sales? And that's what I've been able to do. That's what they're looking at.
I just say that in my last video, man. It's just so crazy to me that I saw all this coming. If you go watch my last video, man, I'm a motherfucker with this shit. I called it last night. I did. He getting brand deals now, and that's the reason why he feel the way that he feel. And I ain't gonna lie, part of me kind of get that. I understand that, just like I said last night. But Charleston, you cannot get mad at platforms that once helped you get all this attention and go away about certain things and do all this crazy shit and disrespectful shit. Now you can't expect them to just change their stuff overnight just because you don't want to be that way no more. Or you don't want to be painted like that no more on a platform that made you famous. So until you keep it real with yourself, man, and take some type of accountability, everything that you saying just really sounds like a contradiction. It just sounds contradicting as hell. And any fool sitting up here listening to this stuff and think that he got a strong point, you a part of the problem. And you caught up in that macking that he be talking about. Because he's sitting up here now pretending like he giving Sean some game. And I'm just like, man, please, because all this YouTube stuff that you trying to make it seem like is irrelevant now, and how his platform and how this section of YouTube is not going to be important, or YouTube ain't going to be working in 5 or 10 years, man, that just sounds like something that came from a smart, dumb person who is a Twitch streamer or on Kick, and now they just feel like that's the way of life.
5 years from now, YouTube won't produce no money because of the stipulations.
They said that 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, we see it now. More and more black people making more and more less. So it's small things that we don't know that they know that we're not learning that's tweaking our numbers and our money and our value. So that's all I'm saying. I just
So
yeah.
2026, you're not doing as many interviews as you were this year.
Person can talk all that nonsense he wants to, but at the end of the day, it takes more than just being a shock jock to make it over here on YouTube. You gotta have some type of substance and structure. And when he was over here, he lacked both. And everything he did was just a viral moment for shock value. To get a phone call from a podcaster for 10K so they can hear you basically just repeat the same old stuff that you just said over and over again 1,000 times over, and how you done raped a white person, murdered a white person, and don't feel bad about it, on top of what's been documented, what you do in your community, and it's just a character and you just playing on people, man. The same old shit over and over and over again, and after so long, man, people just got tired of hearing that. So I'm gonna just be real with you and just say this: you should really thank SayCheese and Sean Cotton for keeping you this relevant this long, being the reason why you done made it this far, because you were just Facebook famous. That's it. Just on Facebook, in your car, hoping and wishing. Sean Cotton made you famous all across the country. So when you sit up there and you say these things about him now, like I get part of you where like, dang, you made me famous. Like I expect you to clean it up for me now, but you gotta help yourself first, because this dude helped you when he gave you an opportunity in the beginning. That man can't sit up here and just control everything that come out of your mouth and everything that you done did on his platform and others. And if you done said the worst stuff on his platform, then start getting on there and practice saying better things. Point blank, period. That's why I said in my video last night, you know, if you do all this stuff for the community like you say, then it's up to you to control the narrative, and it's up to you to change shit by action first, by way of action. So if you got all these documents and all this stuff you're appealing your community, then that's the first way to gravitate to doing something that's gonna make you look good in a positive way, so you can get these brand deals. Go back to the kid. Start being a community man. You just want, like I said last night, he just want his cake and eat it too. And I don't feel bad for him at all. And I commend Sean for standing his ground. Sean just flat out said, man, I disagree. And he said, man, shit, when ESPN report on Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron winning the championship, just as well as they report on they win, they report they lost it too.
I can't be biased though. When Jordan wins a championship, ESPN they still report it.
Yeah.
When Jordan loses a championship, you can't.
So if I don't say, hey Sean, my movie out, you won't post it.
Who haven't posted your
I'm saying,
movies?
if I don't call and say, nigga, post my movie, you won't post it.
Why not?
Hey, man, I'm on tour. You've never posted my coming
You do
tour.
a million different things where I can't post a million different.
You don't.
Man, this is a job. I am a whole brand over here. I am a business. So if you made the situation like this with this character, so when this character get out of pocket and do all this dumb shit, don't get mad at me because I'm fix this character and make this character do some good shit. Man, no, this just 7 minutes, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I'm gonna keep on breaking it down. It's just the first 7 minutes, but this kind of mind blowing, because Charleston don't take no type of responsibility, no type of accountability at all. He real deal think like a child.